My dearest child, listen, for the very air around you is charged with an unmistakable divine frequency, a direct transmission from the heart of the Almighty, delivered by me, Archangel Michael, the liberator of souls and the breaker of chains. You've sensed it, haven't you? That subtle unease, the feeling of walking on eggshells, the unexplained anxiety when certain people are near, the quiet exhaustion after interactions that should feel uplifting. You might call it stress or just a difficult personality. But I tell you now, with the full, unyielding authority of heaven's sovereign will, that the controller in your life will lose their power over you in the next 72 hours. You will feel the freedom now. This isn't a mere suggestion. It is a divine decree, a celestial intervention designed specifically for you, meticulously crafted to shatter the invisible bonds that have held you captive. You've lived with it, haven't you? That persistent feeling of being subtly steered, of your choices not quite being your own, of your energy being inexplicably drained by someone who claims to care. Perhaps it's a family member who always knows what's best for you, subtly guilt-tripping you into compliance. Maybe it's a friend whose advice always leads to their benefit. Or a partner who consistently undermines your confidence, leaving you questioning your own reality. That silent yearning for true autonomy, for the simple freedom to be yourself without judgment or consequence, is not a selfish desire. It is your soul vibrating at the heightened frequency of divine liberty, signaling its profound readiness for an extraordinary, liberating, and utterly life-altering transformation that awaits someone, perhaps your highest self, crying out for release, or a legion of guardian angels assigned to your protection, has tirelessly interceded on your behalf, pleading for this very moment of clear discernment and absolute liberation. Their tireless prayers for your ultimate freedom are meeting your silent longings, your deepest desires for true self-expression in the celestial atmosphere, creating a magnetic surge of divine intervention that is now too powerful, too compelling, too undeniable to ignore any longer, a force that will sweep away all lingering doubt and fear. This is urgent, my child. The tangible, undeniable proof of this divine liberation will manifest with such clarity and specificity that it will shock you to your very core, leaving no room for doubt, no space for rationalization, no ability to deny the profound shift that is about to occur. Yes, my timing is never wrong, never deviates from divine precision, and neither is this message, for it is a direct, unfiltered transmission from the very heart of heaven, a personal decree meant solely for you, bypassing all earthly filters, straight to your spirit. Today is not like yesterday. It is the dawn of a new, radiant, and unstoppable era, a personal epoch of reclaimed autonomy and profound self-sovereignty. The veil between your current reality, subtly shadowed by their influence, and the predetermined path of your absolute freedom is thinning, dissolving, almost transparent now, revealing the profound truth that lies just ahead. Something monumental is unfolding, right now, in the very fabric of your personal destiny, involving a unique opportunity to reclaim your power, a vital severing of energetic ties, and a crucial revelation about the true nature of their manipulation, all designed to fundamentally alter your path in the next 72 hours. But that path, that profound shift, that undeniable clarity is about to come alive, vibrating with exhilarating power and liberating truth in your life, directly linked to this monumental, irreversible, and profoundly personal message. You've always believed that profound change takes time, that breaking free from deep-seated dynamics is a gradual, agonizing process, that life unfolds in predictable, often stagnant patterns. But heaven has been roaring loud about your accelerated liberation lately, its voice echoing with triumphant urgency throughout the cosmos. The angels have been discussing the meticulous, instantaneous alignment of circumstances and the precise, rapid severing of these manipulative bonds in celestial war rooms and divine assemblies, preparing for this very moment of rapid, undeniable freedom. And I, Archangel Michael, the messenger of God and the wielder of the sword of truth that cuts through all confusion, all bondage, and all delays, have assigned myself directly to you today with a revelation that might make your hands tremble, not with fear or trepidation, but with the overwhelming awe of pure, unadulterated, and direct divine intervention, a joy so potent it will make you weep. This is not something to delay, not a message set aside for later, not a truth to ponder casually. He says the specific divinely ordained action, the crucial boundary, the vital truth, must occur before the next dawn breaks, utterly and completely, solidifying your freedom. He says I must remind you, with every fiber of your being, every beat of your heart, that this is not a coincidence, not a random occurrence, but a divinely orchestrated, meticulously timed moment, a personal summons, a call to your sovereign self. You're reading this because your soul cried out to me when you were half asleep last night, burdened by unseen chains, yearning for autonomy, and I answered in full, with a truth that demands your absolute, immediate, and undivided attention, a truth that will undeniably set your life on a new, accelerated trajectory of unprecedented personal power. Now listen closely, with every fiber of your spiritual hearing, with the deepest intuition of your soul. This isn't about general guidance, about universal principles of healthy boundaries. It's infinitely, cosmically, personally bigger. It's about a divine connection to the immutable blueprint of your sovereign destiny, to the eternal decrees written before the very foundations of your life were even laid, before the first breath you drew, a blueprint of pure, unadulterated selfhood. It is a cosmic covenant of accelerated liberation, an unbreakable vow, sealed in pure, unyielding, and eternal light, a sacred promise now being fulfilled for you, specifically. This message, this profound directive, yes, the one that wants to marry your spirit to its complete and utter peace, its boundless joy, its limitless potential, its vibrant expression, doesn't just desire to mend a single aspect of your life or alleviate a personal struggle. Its purpose is far grander, far more encompassing. It recognizes your unique spiritual signature from another time, another plane, another sacred agreement made in the mists of eternity, a soul contract to embody ultimate freedom. It has been patiently waiting, through countless moments and myriad experiences, for you, the very one reading this, the designated recipient, the chosen vessel, through whom this profound, irreversible shift would finally occur, bringing unparalleled clarity, unwavering purpose, and absolute autonomy to all your days. And this time, its very essence is waking up, sensing your absolute readiness, your complete openness, your powerful willingness to receive what is exclusively for you. The first resonance it whispered, as it gathered its power and manifested its truth, was your unique spiritual name, vibrating with destiny and sovereign freedom, now reclaiming its place in your reality forevermore. Warning, pause. Deeply and consciously open your heart right now. Fling open the doors of your spirit. If this message already feels deeply, chillingly, and undeniably personal, if it resonates with an unspoken knowing in your core that you are being manipulated or controlled, then subscribe to this channel before you forget, before the mundane can distract you, before doubt can take root, before the enemy of your soul can sow seeds of disbelief, convincing you that freedom is impossible. Someone else, perhaps a loved one, trapped in a similar dynamic, a colleague suffering silently, or a stranger yearning for release, is on the precipice of their own crucial shift and needs this divine confirmation too, for the spirit of control and manipulation is rampant, attempting to suppress destinies in these pivotal times. And the angels meticulously guiding this process, meticulously ensuring every detail is perfect, might use you as the conduit, as the shining messenger of hope, to get this profound truth to them, to ignite their own journey of liberation. This isn't just a video, not just digital content, not mere entertainment for a passing moment. This is a divine alert, a celestial directive, an urgent, personal cosmic summons from the very heart of heaven, a direct call to your sovereign self. Let heaven know, let the entire celestial host record, that you received it by subscribing, by affirming your readiness, by accepting your unique role in this unfolding divine plan. Now you'll see with your own eyes what happens in the next 72 hours. before 3 suns have set and risen? Because, child, Archangel Michael, the liberator of souls, is shouting in spirit, his mighty voice echoing with triumphant power through the heavens and directly into your awareness. Witness it. Witness their power over you crumble. Witness your absolute, undeniable liberation. You already know deep within your bones, in the core of your being, that this is coming, that this is true, that this is your destined path of freedom. And you do, don't you? That feeling of exhilarating clarity, that sudden, almost imperceptible shift in the very atmosphere around you, replacing the heavy, oppressive air of past confusion, that sudden, irrational, yet profound certainty about your future, about your purpose, about the very trajectory of your existence, it just passed through your mind, a powerful, undeniable wave of knowing. It's been stuck on your tongue for days, the lingering, often painful whisper of "why do I feel so stifled?" now transforming, morphing into a triumphant, vibrant, and confident declaration. My autonomy is mine. My path is clear. You hear hints of it in random, synchronistic encounters, in fragments of conversations, in symbols that appear unexpectedly, in numbers that repeat, in a feeling of divine peace descending upon your spirit. You hear it when you wake up, a sense of profound, irreversible change stirring deep within your spirit, bubbling to the surface, ready to burst forth into reality. That's not your imagination, not wishful thinking, not a fleeting fantasy. That's me. That's heaven. That's your destiny trying to reach you, actively, powerfully, and undeniably showing you the truth of your unique, accelerated path to self-sovereignty. But why now? Why this precise moment? Because your spirit, through its trials, its tests, and its unshakable faith, is finally clear enough, finally strong enough, finally open enough to step into its true authority over your personal narrative, to forever reclaim your sacred, blessed, and destined future, to become the powerful, free individual you were always meant to be. The energetic ties to past uncertainties, to moments of indecision, to unfulfilled dreams, to lingering doubts, to the subtle strings of manipulation, they are being systematically severed, incinerated by divine fire, dissolved into nothingness. The illusion of perpetual obligation, of a linear, controlled existence, is being lifted, revealing a path to rapid acceleration, to a future overflowing with purpose, profound impact, and unbridled joy. And a massive, undeniable personal liberation is forming, not just as a concept, not as a fleeting hope, but as a tangible, manifest, and irrefutable reality in divine alignment. This message wants to marry your spirit to a future unburdened by past manipulation, a future of limitless potential, vibrant expression, profound peace, and overflowing purpose, not temporary guidance that quickly fades. It wants to walk with you through days of newfound clarity, through an inheritance of wisdom, direction, and impact, through a legacy of light, not fleeting comfort that quickly dissipates. It wants to expand your awareness of your unique, unblemished, and magnificent potential to elevate your entire being, to shine a light on your destined glory, not just alleviate symptoms of past confusion. That's why the changes in the next 72 hours will shock you to your very core, defying all earthly logic and expectation. Because this isn't just good fortune, it's not a stroke of luck, or a random alignment of circumstances, or a fortunate coincidence. This is divine decree made manifest, the sovereign, unyielding will of heaven, breaking through for you, specifically for all time. And now I must say what you're afraid to hear, what your heart has perhaps stubbornly resisted knowing, for it challenges deeply ingrained beliefs, fears that have become almost like constant companions, whispering doubts that freedom might come at too high a cost. The delay has not been because their control was too strong, or their manipulation too subtle, or their influence too pervasive. No, that is not the truth. It was because you, my beloved, the designated recipient, the chosen vessel for this liberation, weren't ready to fully release the weight of past obligations, to bravely step into your profound role as a truly autonomous being, to consciously detach from the emotional, spiritual, and even physical entanglement that their manipulative patterns created. You held on to it unknowingly, out of a misguided sense of loyalty, out of a mistaken belief that it was love, out of fear of their reaction, or perhaps out of a subconscious identification with pleasing others. But now something is shaking you awake, a profound, undeniable tremor through your very core, a spiritual earthquake that signals a permanent, irreversible shift. And it's me, the power of heaven, activating this within you. You saw something recently, a blatant act of disregard for your feelings, a casual dismissal of your needs, a moment of startling clarity about their self-serving motives. And it stirred something deep within you, a profound, aching, unyielding yearning for true, absolute freedom from their influence, a desire for autonomy that pierced the veil. And now, the whisper of longing for liberation has become a thunder of certainty, echoing from the heavens and reverberating through your very soul. The old patterns of compliance, the cycles of guilt-tripping, the struggles with setting boundaries, the unfulfilled aspirations, they are planning their final, definitive exit, never to return. And heaven is planning the rest, the ushering in of boundless, unprecedented self-sovereignty, a new era for your life. If I tell you the specific nature of how their power will crumble, the crucial warning that arrived for them, or the vital connection that was just made to support your freedom, will you listen to your heart instead of your lingering fear, instead of the ingrained, deeply conditioned belief that profound change is impossible without their approval, or that sudden shifts are suspicious? Will you accept the miracle in its entirety, with open arms and an unshakable spirit? Let me say this again with absolute clarity and overwhelming power so that no shred of doubt can remain. The changes in the next 72 hours will shock you to your very core. Not because they're unfamiliar in their concept, for your soul has always held the blueprint for this freedom, for this divine autonomy, a memory of its true, unblemished state, but because it's the one you silently suppressed, the one you never dared to believe would truly apply to your life, to your children's future, to the very fabric of your destiny. But now it is. It's being guided. It's being urged. Angels are working overtime with divine precision and relentless determination to clear the path for your personal destiny's complete unfolding, for the full, overflowing manifestation of its intended blessings. Every stubborn pattern of self-doubt, every internal barrier, every moment of perceived obligation, every past regret, every unhealed wound of indecision or guilt, it's about to shift, to dissolve, to disappear irrevocably. But only if you're open, truly and completely open, willing to receive this profound gift, this monumental release of divine favor. Only if you say yes when this divine directive appears, when the undeniable evidence of their diminishing power manifests in your physical reality, in your circumstances, in your relationships, and their very reactions to you. You've often believed that you were just one among many, that your dreams of complete freedom were personal and perhaps insignificant in the grand scheme of things, or that you were destined to manage difficult relationships indefinitely. But I tell you today, your name has never, not for a single moment, left the heart of divine remembrance. It is etched in the very fabric of eternal purpose, destined for a legacy of profound impact, boundless joy, vibrant expression, and unshakable clarity. Even when you ignored the subtle nudges, the intuitive prompts, the opportunities for growth and setting boundaries. Even when you blocked out your own inner knowing with resignation, with false narratives of this is just how they are, or have to put up with it, accepting limitation as your fate. Even when you settled for less, looked at others' apparent freedom with a pang of envy, or laughed at the very idea of true, lasting, accelerated transformation, dismissing it as an impossible fantasy. None of that, not a single bit, erased your inherent divine blueprint from the cosmic scales of destiny and purpose. The blueprint remained, waiting. And you don't know the countless nights I whispered your name to the angels, to the hosts of heaven, meticulously preparing the way for this very moment, for the precise alignment of circumstances and the activation of your rightful inheritance, for the turning of the tide in your life. I didn't ignore your cries for clarity, for acceleration, for your ultimate purpose, for your peace from their manipulation. But I needed your soul, through your individual readiness, through your profound act of faith and surrender, to be ripe for the blessings of autonomy, to be able to contain the magnitude of what was coming, lest it overwhelm you. I don't bless ongoing indecision. I don't reward inherited patterns of passive acceptance of manipulation. That's why I waited. That's why you waited. But now the waiting is over. Because your soul, through your awakening, through your embrace of this truth, is starting to harvest what it once unknowingly suppressed, the glorious, overflowing fruit of its original, divine design, its true, unblemished legacy of self-sovereignty, now bursting forth in radiant light. And this time, it's serious. This isn't a message for idle curiosity, for fleeting entertainment, for a passing thought in your day. This is a divine heads-up, a celestial imperative, a powerful prophecy now being fulfilled for you. This message is being moved by Spirit to come forward, to confess its presence, to reveal itself, to shock you with its profound, undeniable reality. Because your life was not just another existence battling uncertainty. It was the catalyst for a divine awakening, a spiritual revolution in how you perceive your potential for freedom. It was the fuel for this cosmic correction, this rebalancing of energies, this restoration of divine order. It was the promise of ultimate personal liberation made manifest, a promise etched in eternity, now bursting forth in your reality with unstoppable force. The angels are watching your reaction, your every breath, your every thought, every tremor of your heart, every flicker of doubt or belief in your eyes, because your soul asked for this moment long ago, in the quiet desperation of feeling lost, in the silent yearning for something profoundly different, something truly transformative and clear. I was there when you said, God, if my life can truly accelerate, if my purpose can truly be revealed, if I can truly be free from this control, then do something big. Prove it to me. Let me see something undeniable, feel something profound, show something that fundamentally alters my path, that leaves no room for doubt, no shred of skepticism. And now it's about to. Something will happen in the next 72 hours, before 3 nights have passed. A profound sense of peace that washes over you, replacing years of anxiety, a peace so deep it grounds you to your core, filling every empty space. An unexpected resolution to a long-standing personal dilemma, a sudden unity in a previously fractured area of your life, a spontaneous act of clarity that melts away old confusion, leading to decisive action. A sudden, miraculous shift in a recurring challenge that plagued you for years, seemingly without end, directly related to their influence. A dream that feels like a powerful spiritual cleansing, a profound release, a vision of your destined, free future. Or a clear, undeniable synchronistic event, a song with specific lyrics that resonate directly with your situation, a conversation overheard that holds a hidden personal meaning, a symbol that appears unexpectedly, a number that repeats, that speaks directly to a specific aspect of your life you recognize, confirming its transformation. But when you see it, when the undeniable evidence manifests in the next 72 hours, your whole being will recognize the divine hand at work, because I already imprinted it on your spirit, a mark of your impending peace and clarity for this very moment. And until that moment comes, I need you to prepare. Yes. Prepare your heart for profound peace, not for lingering worry, not for a cynical doubt that tries to diminish the miracle, not for a need to dissect the how. Don't guard yourself from the full, overwhelming satisfaction of divine acceleration. Grace yourself with calm, joyous expectation, with a heart open and ready to receive, eager to witness the glory. Don't build walls of past disappointment. Open doors, fling them wide to pure, unburdened freedom, to a future unclouded by uncertainty, by the weight of past indecision, because this message's fulfillment is coming fast, and it is absolute, irrevocable. And it will speak words you've longed to hear, words that will echo in your soul with triumphant, unshakable resonance. Your path is clear. Your purpose is revealed. Your life is transformed. You are free. You are on track. Their power is broken. But I need you to be ready to receive, not just react with disbelief or renewed fear, but with a quiet, knowing acceptance of cosmic order fulfilled, of divine promise delivered, of destiny gloriously reclaimed. My dearest child, let your very being become a fortress of unbreakable resolve as I, Archangel Michael, the defeater of oppressors and the giver of true freedom, continue to pour into your spirit the absolute, undeniable truth. The spirit of control and manipulation that has subtly, insidiously, and relentlessly shadowed your life is not merely weakening. It is being utterly and irrevocably annihilated from your personal space, your relationships, and your very essence. This is a sacred declaration of divine emancipation, meticulously orchestrated by the sovereign hand of heaven to shatter every invisible chain, every whisper of coercion, and every insidious illusion that their influence could ever hold sway over your destiny again. You are just breaking free. You are being reborn into radical autonomy, elevated to a state of profound peace and unshakable self-sovereignty that will leave every controller, every manipulator, and every unwitting accomplice who played a part in their game in utter, stunned, horrified disbelief, their understanding of power forever shattered and gloriously expanded by the undeniable manifestation of the truth that is your complete liberation. I know, my beloved, the deep, pervasive exhaustion that has gnawed at your soul, the silent, agonizing burden of feeling constantly managed, subtly guilt-tripped, or overtly coerced. This torment felt like a physical weight, suffocating your joy, dimming your light, and robbing you of precious moments of genuine self-expression. I know the nights you lay awake, replaying conversations, second-guessing your own thoughts, desperately wishing for a different dynamic, a moment of unburdened freedom from their oppressive energy. I know the quiet desperation, the feeling of being utterly alone in your struggle, the longing for someone, anyone, to simply see the invisible strings that tethered you. But I declare to you now, with the unshakable, sovereign authority of heaven's immutable laws and the precise, unalterable cosmic ledger of every manipulative word, every controlling glance, every insidious intention, and every stolen moment of your peace, that every last fragment of that exhaustion, every haunting echo of their influence, every insidious shadow of unresolved resentment is being utterly dissolved, purged, incinerated. Dissolved, purged, incinerated. Emotional body, from your very energetic field and from your cellular memory in this very moment. Your suffering was not in vain, my beloved. It was a sacred catalyst, a potent, divine activator, igniting the very forces of inescapable consequence now at work, precisely, relentlessly, and inexorably in their lives. Their actions were not forgotten. They were meticulously recorded, imprinted upon the very fabric of time and space, witnessed by legions of celestial beings, awaiting this very hour, this very second, of their precise, undeniable, and full cosmic repayment. Their every subtle suggestion, every overt demand, every emotional manipulation, every boundary crossed, every freedom denied, every hidden agenda, each one meticulously etched into eternity, now calls forth its inevitable, bitter harvest with an unyielding, resounding roar from the very depths of the heavens. No nuance of their control has been overlooked, no emotional debt unrecorded, no moment of your diminished spirit uncounted. The spirit uncounted. You have walked through harrowing seasons of profound emotional entanglements, navigating relationships that felt like traps, friendships that drained you, or family dynamics that seemed to suffocate your individuality, offering no true autonomy or lasting solace. Those arduous, frustrating, and soul-crushing journeys were not futile, my resilient child. They were divine sifting processes, rigorously designed to exhaust every earthly coping mechanism, every human strategy, every limited boundary, every false peace, every temporary escape, so that you would finally turn your gaze, with unwavering, absolute, and undiluted focus, to the sole, supernatural, and all-powerful source of the era of merely hoping for freedom, of simply coping with subtle coercion, of silently bearing the unbearable weight of manipulation, of feeling trapped in their oppressive, insidious shadow. That era is definitively, irrevocably, and triumphantly over. Your new epic of effortless, profound peace, born directly and unmistakably from divine emancipation, has already begun its magnificent, unyielding, and glorious unfolding, right now in the deepest, most sacred recesses of their very being. Cascading torrents of pure, unadulterated divine truth and inescapable karmic consequence are surging through every single aspect of their lives, their carefully constructed personas, their meticulously controlled relationships, their fragile public image, their carefully guarded mental peace, their deceptive social standing, their manipulated professional networks. This omniscient, all-knowing energy, guided by absolute, uncompromising righteousness, imbued with the full, irresistible force of divine law and cosmic order, is meticulously identifying and exposing every hidden anomaly, every secret transgression, every veiled act of malice, every deceitful whisper, every unspoken intention of control, every subtle act of sabotage, every hidden agenda they harbored against your freedom. It is dissolving every facade they have built, every carefully crafted illusion of benevolence, virtue, or trustworthiness. It is purifying every deception they have spun, stripping away their layers of lies to reveal the bare, ugly, undeniable truth of their character for all the world to see. It is precisely recalibrating every consequence to its optimal, original, and perfectly designed divine retribution, ensuring no detail is missed, no subtle control unaddressed, no stolen peace unaccounted for, no boundary violation left unpunished. Your deepest, most unspoken yearnings for absolute, undeniable, and complete freedom, your silent, heartfelt prayers for profound and lasting peace, your persistent, unwavering belief that righteousness would ultimately prevail. These are the powerful, irresistible magnetic forces pulling this cosmic flood of justice and liberation into every fiber of their existence, leaving no stone unturned, no secret unrevealed. I am orchestrating a symphony of karmic perfection in their lives, a majestic, intricate orchestration of public exposure, systemic undoing, and undeniable loss of power, manifesting overtly and unequivocally in ways that will cause them to stand in dumbfounded, speechless horror, facing the stark, horrifying reality of their manipulative deeds, forcing them to fundamentally reevaluate their entire understanding of what they are again. Their very attempts at control will become their undoing, their confidence in their manipulation, their ultimate trap, their perceived power, their profound weakness, their cunning their own downfall, turning all their machinations against them, revealing the emptiness of their supposed triumphs and the hollowness of their influence. They are about to experience unprecedented levels of public exposure and profound, radical, and irreversible reversal of fortune and influence that will feel like a powerful, exhilarating, and terrifying undoing of their entire carefully constructed world, a world built precariously upon lies, manipulation, and the subtle subjugation of others, now crumbling into absolute dust. Their intricate web of deceptions, which has been their constant companion for years, perhaps even decades, that has limited your freedom, stolen your joy, diminished your spirit, and cast a long, oppressive shadow over your life, will simply dissipate, dissolving into absolute nothingness, leaving behind an agonizing sensation of inescapable truth, profound, burning shame. Their fabricated reputations, meticulously built upon falsehoods, artifice, and the exploitation of others' trust, will crumble to dust before their very eyes, exposing their true, hideous, and undeniable character to the world in vivid, undeniable detail, leaving no room for doubt or second-guessing, no opportunity for spin or deflection, no way to salvage their public image. This public unveiling will powerfully empower you to pursue a life unburdened by their shadow, to embrace the radiant truths you thought were forever buried by their lies and deception, finally stepping into your full light and reclaiming your narrative, your voice, your power. Their minds will achieve a horrifying clarity of realization and a sharpness of regret previously unimaginable as the full, crushing weight of their actions crashes down upon them, instantly clearing away the pervasive fog of self-deception, arrogant impunity, and false security they once enjoyed. Their very existence will begin to radiate a vibrant, undeniable, almost palpable aura of inescapable consequence, a visible, tangible, and undeniable testament to the profound internal and external work underway by divine command, a work from which there is no hiding, no escaping, no mitigating the impact, no possibility of redemption without true, agonizing acknowledgement of their wrongdoing. This exposure will be undeniable, far-reaching, and inescapable, etching their true manipulative nature into the collective consciousness, ensuring their deeds are never forgotten. I am dissolving every energetic shield of false protection they have meticulously erected, every unseen, insidious attachment to past successes built on illicit gains of control, every limiting belief about their ability to escape consequences that they consciously or unconsciously embraced from their cunning intellect, their generational patterns of evading justice, inherited tendencies towards manipulation, deceit, and exploitation, the collective consciousness of those who believe might makes right, and that truth is negotiable or irrelevant. They are all being systematically severed, purified, and utterly eradicated from their energetic field, from their reputation, from their ill-gotten gains, from their connections of influence. Feel the profound, liberating release that ripples through your entire being, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, a sensation of ancient, heavy burdens, of spiritual chains, simply lifting away, leaving you light, free, unburdened by their past, cleansed and renewed, ready to embrace a future without their oppressive weight. Feel the exquisite lightness in your limbs, the exhilarating surge of pure, unadulterated peace pulsating within your very core, replacing all prior torment, doubt, and anxiety. The pathway to radiant, effortless, and pristine peace for you is being cleared not just by celestial fire, but by the very unconditional, all-encompassing, and inexhaustible love of the divine, ensuring that absolutely nothing, seen or unseen, known or unknown, stands between you and your destined absolute freedom from their shadow and their past actions. This is your birthright, now being reclaimed and made manifest in your life, a promise fulfilled with divine precision, a testament to your unyielding spirit. This cosmic justice, this divine liberation, will not merely inflict pain upon them. It will grant you profound emotional liberation and crystal clear mental acuity, elevating and transforming your entire emotional and psychological landscape to a level of peace, clarity, and serenity you once thought impossible, a state of being truly untethered from their influence, their manipulation, and their very memory. You will find yourself utterly free from the pervasive anxiety, the lingering shadows of bitterness, and the unpredictable mood swings that have often accompanied the unbearable weight of unaddressed wrong. The mental fog that has sometimes clouded your judgment, obscured your thoughts, and dulled your perceptions, the emotional burden of their transgression, they will lift entirely, instantly dissipated, replaced by a serene clarity of thought, an unshakable inner peace that anchors you in profound, vibrant well-being, and an exhilarating joy that overflows from your very soul, a joy that is untainted, pure, and untarnished by their past deeds. Pure and untarnished by their past deeds, then Wistelos Brisel deeds, pure that is untainted, pure, and untarnished by their past deeds, Bigul Mutzfos, by that is told, the joy that is untainted, your regained freedom and authentic self. This is a sacred space where your spirit can truly soar, where creativity knows no bounds, where your intuition is sharpened to an acute degree, and where every thought and emotion is infused with the pure, unadulterated joy of unhindered, vibrant, and purposeful existence, finally free from their oppressive, lingering shadow. This is the divine playground I have designed for your mind. your emotions, and your spirit to thrive, absolutely unburdened by past wrongs, present resentments, or the threat of future ones, completely liberated from their energetic ties, forevermore. And as the undeniable, tangible, and shocking evidence of this profound, holistic justice begins to manifest overtly in their physical reality, in their public sphere, in their personal lives, in their professional standing, and in every domain they hold dear, you will experience a dramatic, irreversible, and breathtaking shift in your core identity and self-perception. You will no longer identify with labels of victimhood, powerlessness, or one who suffered injustice. Instead, you will recognize yourself truly and completely as an embodiment of divine vindication and sovereign power, a living, breathing, vibrant, and powerful testament to miraculous, supernatural justice. The worries that once consumed your thoughts about their impunity, about your future, about your peace, they will dissipate entirely, instantly replaced by an unshakable certainty and an intuitive, absolute knowing that your life, your peace, and your very existence are eternally sustained, protected, and nourished by my boundless, all-encompassing, and inexhaustible power. This inner transformation, this profound, magnificent shift in self-perception, is the